he just made me aware that you could do something other than just get up on stage and play, that you could get up on stage and actually entertain and do something that was interesting.
Ray put Coventry on the map just as well as Rolls-Royce or Rover or Triumph motorbike. That's a quality Raking will never go away.
My musical influence came from Sam Cooke, Nat King Cole, Elvis Presley, Pat Boone, and Doris Day. Those artists sing the right songs at the time because they were popular songs that, as a teenager, you like to hear, listening to the radio. Also, we had some Caribbean singers that I did love, and they were very good, but they were singing more cultural songs. Also, one of the other person was the Harry Belafonte, because he came and did a movie, Island in the Sun, in the Caribbean, and the Banana Boat song and all those things. We tried to image ourselves on them as any youngster do, and we had wonderful time in imitating them in some ways. What I learned at an early age in the Caribbean is that changing music to suit the environment you're in. For instance, classical music were played in the Caribbean on the radio, but sometimes people want to dance to that music because they love it. So you go up for just trying to remember classical la da 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 la da da la da da la da 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 la da 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 da. That is one. But changing the score to that, you're going da 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 da
I was always wanted to be a musician, but the time I worked with Ray, which was about 18 months in a band called Night Train, we did regular gigs, 2 or 3 gigs a week, and all through that I was learning and learning and learning. A great singer always placed their voice in such a way that it makes the beat swing.
Everybody, as blacks, we used to go to the Railway Club, and there was the Raking Soul Band. It was one of the first live band I saw on stage, and Ray was just electric, you know, and I was like just a little kid, maybe 14 by then, and watching this guy, and I thought, oh gosh, you know, I want to do that one day.
Stan Brooks, who then began to manage me, said to me he wanted some photographs. I didn't have any photographs, so he said he wanted some photographs. Hillfields was a busy area with lots of shops, etc. And there was a photographer gentleman there, and I went into him and I explained to him that I wanted the photographs and what I wanted them for. And he was quite pleased. I don't know if I was the first singer he was going to have or what, but he said to me, bring some clothes. So I brought in my suits, etc., and I changed. And he wanted me not only to stand and pose, but was to sing, move about like how I did. And he took some photographs, and which he then put in the window, a massive one. And I used to feel very, very proud. A lot of other people start seeing it, and it was advertised in the paper. And Stan Brooke had to put his name, managed by Stan Brooke. And that bring me a lot of fame, in a sense. When I entered the competition at Edric Trade Hall, I wanted to use the Slow Boat to China. But if I find that was a song for me to sing and move about and sang it. And if I did it, the way it was done, like, I love to get you on a slow boat to China, all to myself alone. But I decided, no, I want to change it. I love to get you on a slow boat to China, all to myself alone. When I first applied to enter the competition here, I knew that the Edric Working's Men Club was running a color bar. They didn't want black people in here under no circumstances. When I applied, I said yes, but they didn't know because my name is Vibert Cornwall, so Cornwall is an English name, so that, I can get away with that. And as I arrived the night, I had my stage clothes to change, and I had a companion with me, and I said, turn up, I said, they all look amused. So I said, my name is Vibert Cornwall, I'm taking part tonight in the competition. And the doorman sent someone to call somebody. Somebody came back, and 2 or 3 people came, and they asked me my name. I told them I was in competition. They look at the list. Yes, he's in the competition. And they called the entertainment secretary. And he said to me, follow me. So we followed, and we came straight upstairs, and we went straight. He took us straight into the dressing room. As we went in there, he said, okay, you stay here. So I decided, okay, I'm going to knock in the Banana Boat song just to get my own back on them. It's a black man singing, I'm going to tell them about the Italian, the bananas, etc. And I think that was getting my own back in some ways. But in all, I knew that I was going to win. That is all I knew. That is all I concentrated on. I knew I was going to win. Mona Lisa, man has named you. You so like a lady with your mystic smile. It is only
They came and they said,
only
for the third prize, for the third person, the name. And then they give someone else, there was a young lady, second. And as soon as that happened, I knew I won. He said, Vibert Cornwall. I said, yes! And I bowed.
When he encountered what he must have encountered in England, it probably just made him even more convinced within himself that he was just going to go, right, okay, that's your attitude, but this is mine, and I know what I can do, and this is it, and I'm just going to show you. And he did, and he was very, very good.
Now, I joined up with the band, and I was booked to go at the Barras Heat to sing. And I had radio shows. I was on BBC doing radio shows, etc. And they just wanted a big crowd puller. Never stopped to check out who was the lead singer. And suddenly, when the gentleman see me, he said, "Oh, where are you going? You're not coming in here." You know what I mean? And he started, and I said, "I'm the entertainer. I'm with the band." "Your band? No. The band is in there already." I said, "No, but I'm the lead singer." And then discussion started, and the gentleman didn't want to know. So he went and he called the entertainment secretary. He came, and oh no, we have policies. No blacks. I said, but I'm the singer. Oh no, we're not letting you in. And they decided that they're not going to let me in. I didn't have no problems with who to sing to, etc. That wasn't my game. My game was just to entertain people. And the committee decided that no, they're not letting me in.
He was around in a time in this country where things were very different in terms of, I'm not going to say that in terms of race, that just sounds horrible. Back in those days, a lot of white people didn't like black people, and they made it obvious. And he had to deal with that like everybody else did who was black in their own way. There was no support mechanisms for people in those days, so he dealt with it in his way and made him, it must have shaped his personality.